I got myself the new GoPro Hero 11 Black Creator Edition, and I'd like to test if this camera is suitable not only for action videos but for regular video recording here for YouTube. And I'd like to compare this one against the Panasonic Lumix G70 that I'm now recording on, which is a regular camera, and I'm gonna test it against my regular phone, the Apple iPhone 11 Pro. But first, let's unbox this beauty. So here it is. It's quite handy, I have to admit. You can have the Volta in your hand, and you see here the red light indicates it's now charging the GoPro from the Volta, and it should give you around 4 hours of recording, as GoPro said. So you have the light mode here that you can have set to 3 different intensities, and if you click once more there's a flash function. But the downside is it has its own battery, so you have to charge the light mode as well. There's a little flap here on the side that you can open up and recharge. With the Media Mod installed, the GoPro is not waterproof as well. So you have 3 different connectors here. One is a USB-C connector where it gets its power from, and you can have the lower one here that is a connector for a microphone jack, and the top connector here is a micro HDMI to connect it to your TV. One important thing that you have to set up first, I recommend, is setting the anti-flicker. So you can select either 50 Hz or 60 Hz, and depending on the region you live, if you experience flickering when you're recording a TV screen, or you have a LED lighting that starts to flicker when you record it, you have to change this anti-flicker accordingly. Because, for instance, here in Germany we have 230 volts and 50 Hertz power supply. In the US it's 110 volts, 120 volts and 60 Hertz. GoPro said that you need an SD card that has at least the V30, the video 30 megabyte specification, or the U3. That's also 30 megabytes per second, to be able to save the 5.3K video fast enough onto your SD card. To compare the GoPro against the Lumix G70 camera, which is capable of recording 4K with 25 frames, I will set the GoPro to 4K 30 frames. So why the difference between 30 frames and 25 frames? Because of the anti-flicker technology of the GoPro. I set it to 60 Hz because otherwise, for instance, my TV is flickering, and so you can only select the full dividers or the full multipliers by 60. So either 30, 60, 120, 240. If I would set it to 50 Hz, then I could select 25 frames, 50, 100, and so on. So right now I'm recording on all 3 devices. And as you can see, the different type of lenses just require different distances to yourself. The GoPro is right in front of me. That's about 20 centimeters, maybe 8 inch, something like that. The iPhone is more than an arm length, so I couldn't hold it maybe on or I need a selfie stick that extends it a little bit to me, just to get a nice view and a nice vlog distance. It's about maybe a meter, and the camera in the very far end is more than, I think, 2 meters away, and you definitely need a microphone that you can just record the sound quite good, because otherwise it's too far away. The GoPro is set to 4K 30 frames with linear lens, so there's no fisheye effect, because for regular videos you don't want that curved fisheye effect that you maybe need for action scenes. The iPhone is also running on 4K 30 frames with one-time zoom, so no zoom, no digital zoom, nothing, just regular plain lenses. And the camera in the very far end is running 4K with 25 frames. Sorry, it cannot handle 30 frames. It's a 3-4 years old already. So it should give us a good comparison between the GoPro, between the iPhone, and between the Panasonic camera up there. So while I was editing the video, I just noticed that the sound from the GoPro was not that crisp and clear as with the microphone from the camera. So I thought, okay, the first thing might be the setup. So with the Media Mod, you can set up if the microphone is focused more on the front of the camera, like now, or if it's focused on the back, or if you just use the regular microphone of the GoPro and not of the Media Mod. Then I thought, okay, maybe it's the wind cover. So let's just remove the wind cover and check if the sound now is better with the Media Mod microphone without it. Now you see the Volta used as a handheld, as a selfie stick, with a nice distance, where you can just go around and film everything So it's really quite handy invention. Compared the prices of those three, the GoPro in the Creator Edition is around $700. I got it in the Black Friday sale, so it was a little bit cheaper. My phone, I already got a phone in my pocket, but you know yourself what a new iPhone might cost, around $1,000 to $1,500 depending on the model and the storage. And for the camera, this you can pay whatever you want. The Panasonic Lumix costed me around $500 when I got it a few years ago, but this is open-end what you can pay for the cameras. One more thing I'd like to mention is autofocus. And I had one problem that when I was filming with the camera and had autofocus on and I was explaining something using my hand or holding anything into the camera, the autofocus always adjusted itself. And then the background got more and less blurry because the autofocus was always working. And just when I was sitting here and talking, it was very annoying seeing the background of the video always like a pumping effect, like sharper, less sharp, sharper, less sharp. And that was quite annoying. So I had to set the camera to manual focus, use my remote app on the phone to sharpen the image and then leave it like that. So now I'd like to test if the GoPro, if I just move something in front of the lens and then remove it, if that autofocus is handling that situation better. When I'm now sitting here, moving my hands, coming a little bit back and forth, if my face or my hands keep focused, keep sharp in the video, and how the autofocus is handling that. Same with the iPhone, it's a little bit further away, but when I just get my hand up front the camera and remove it, it should set back the focus to my face and don't do this pumping blurry effect with the background. So there are some differences in the software of the camera. The Panasonic is from 2017. The iPhone is from 2019 and the GoPro is from 2022. So there's like 2-3 years between those cameras in development and in software. So what do you think? Just give me your opinion in the comment of the video. And if you haven't yet, I would recommend you subscribe to the channel and click the bell for notification. See you soon. Bye bye.